Welcome back everyone, and good morning. So today we are working on Series Gray, and as what happened before, we had a cracked header on this thing. So unfortunately it did crack again. It has a Perrin V1 header that is many years old. It's been with me for about 8 years now. So not too surprised. Went out to Ranchbuilt this morning. They went ahead, got the thing all welded up, and we resurfaced the top of it because I noticed it had some leaks. But as always, Craig does freaking awesome. So got this all welded up, and we went ahead and welded up over here. So this thing's all ready to go back on. And touching on this subject, now that we're putting that on, I am going to be changing the turbo on here as well, which I do need to open up the car so I can show you guys. Those of you just tuning in, this thing has a 3576 Garrett turbo on it that I'm actually selling right now. So if any of you are interested, it is obviously a Garrett GTX 3576 Gen 1. It does have a tile 82 housing on it, V-band in and out. Definitely an awesome turbo. This thing is freaking great. You can see there's a peak at her. She is currently on one of my fire pump gas tunes from Steve, and as many of you know, I like to play with pump gas. It is just on pump 92, no additives, no meth injection, nothing like that. Just go down to the gas station, fill up. It's on 36 pounds. Car makes right around 530 to 540 on the Mustang dyno on pump gas, which tell you what, it's pretty freaking fast. So awesome turbo, but we're gonna be switching it up today. So not that this is a bad turbo, but we're going to be switching it back up. I did sell the rotate kit, obviously, from the launch edition. So I did keep the turbo, as some of you might have noticed. And if we take a look over here in my spare parts land, what we have there is a Precision 6870. And that's what's going to be going on to Gray today. So I need to get a different coupler. As you can see, we have our ETS front mount intercooler kit, like always. This turbo has a 2-inch out, so we need to go get our 2.5 to 2.5 because this is 2-inch to 2.5 here. But I am going to be selling this. This turbo has about 8,000 miles on it. Been awesome to us, works perfect. I have noticed that this thing does smoke, and it does it when you're at like hard accelerations. I haven't taken a look at the restrictor on it to see what size in it. I'm thinking that's what's going on with it because it's really not like a Garrett to smoke ever. So if any of you are interested, I am posting it up for a really cheap price for the turbo, $1,400 plus shipping. So if any of you are interested, there she is. Just drop a comment down below or reach out to me through email and you can purchase that guy there. So let's get today started. I already have it obviously in the air because I had to pull this header off last night. So let's get this header back on. We can get this turbo off of here. We can get the 6870 on. And we are finally going to be starting on to the FA project, guys. So boom, there's what he ended up choosing to go with, is a used long block with low mileage to put into the FA car, which some of you might just be tuning in. We did have a video about this thing, and I will go ahead and link it either in the description or over to the side here. And we determined this thing has very low compression and needs a new engine. So the funds weren't there for the built engine route, so we went ahead and opted for a good used long block. So that's what's going to be going into this thing. I'm going to start pulling that apart today. Not going to put in too much about Gray because we do need to retune it, obviously, go into a different turbo. But I'll put in some clips and kind of go back and forth. Josh is going to be working on the launch edition today, and he did indeed buy this thing. So that is now Josh's car. He has a brand new Subaru short block ready to go into this thing. We do have all the parts that we're gonna need, and that's gonna be his new daily driver. So he's gonna be working on it in the background. You guys will see him in a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and change out the battery in the camera because it's gonna die any moment now, and I'm gonna get to work. As I was getting ready to pull this turbo off, I took a look at my fancy dancy intercooler pipe I've had here for a while now that some of you have seen, and you can tell I've had to extend it because this thing used to have a Process West intake manifold. So when I sold that intake manifold to Billy, he said he would switch me intercooler pipes when they came in. His kit took about 10 weeks to come in. So it's been in for a little bit now, but honestly, I just forgot about it. So he's going to come and switch me intercooler pipes. But the long way around that is I just needed that coupler. I was looking all over for it. There she is. And then we can get rid of the 2 coupler getting nowhere here. So I'm going to have to wait on that. I'm just going to throw the header on this thing and get to work on this FA. Welcome back to another day, and as I had told you guys, Josh was working on the launch edition yesterday. I did get gray put back together, but I couldn't get the turbo on it because I need to get that other pipe on there so I can get that coupler off. And I made a lot of progress on the FA WRX. So as you can see here, there is no more engine into this thing, and I've done several motor pull videos in the past, so I figured I'd just get right into it, try to get caught up on some work, and unfortunately filming does take away from that most of the time. So try my best to keep the content coming from you guys and get work done. Definitely shows that it's pretty hard at times. So went ahead, got the motor out of this thing. It is right there. So there's the old one, there's the new one. So as you can tell from when I showed you last, this thing is a bit more apart. And the reason being because that one had TGV deletes, had the EGR delete on it, so I need to transfer that over to the new motor that's going in this car. But first, before doing that, I was coming out pretty motivated today, and unfortunately the clutch on this car is pretty much at the end of its life. So as you can tell here on this disc, we're pretty much down to the metal on it. You can see on the pressure plate and the flywheel that they're starting to get the ripples in them. So I did let him know to let him make that decision. It really should get a new clutch in this car, and I hope that's the decision he wants to, but you know, sometimes it's not in the funds, and if he wants to end up spending more later to put a clutch in it when it does go all the way out, then that is his choice. So this thing really should get a new clutch. I'm just waiting to hear back to see what's going on with that. New motor coming out of a wrecked car, it does have some broken sensors on it, so I've been spending my morning of switching those. So if you take a look here, this is the old engine, but that sensor is broken, so we went ahead and put one on there, so now it is not broken anymore. But another one will be down here on this cam sensor. It is broken, so we will need to be fixing that as well. But just wanted to give you guys an update as I'm working away here, getting everything swapped over. You guys, if you've seen the previous video, which some of you may not, you might be just tuning in, this thing does have a set of Killer B headers with external wastegates. So that is going to be the probably main focus of this that I'll focus on with you guys. For now, I'm going to get this thing 100% ready to swap into the car, and then we can do the header and the turbo once it's in the car. That depends on when a clutch is going to come. So if a clutch isn't going to come for a while, then I'm going to go ahead and throw this thing on one of our engine stands and get the turbo kit on this motor, so that way everything's ready to go for when the clutch comes in. I can just throw it in the car. So let me get this top end of the motor knocked out, get these TGV deletes knocked out. Some of you might be coming to this video for guidance on that, so it is pretty simple to get these intake manifolds off these engines. Then your TGV deletes go right in place of these right here. So these come out, and then you put your deletes in, which are going to be as simple as a plate right here. I don't know which ones he ends up having. I don't see a name on them, but I will clean these guys up. This is what will be replacing that there. So pretty straightforward. I will go ahead, get that all together, and then I'll update you guys here a little bit later. We'll see what kind of conclusion we come to on that clutch, and I'll keep you guys updated. Here we have it, guys. Got this new motor that's going to be going in here on the engine stand, and we got this thing all complete, ready to go into the car. We got our TGV deletes on, we got our EGR delete on down here. Everything is ready to go on. We even got that new turbo kit on the car. So he has a low mileage turbo he wanted me to go ahead and put on here. So went ahead and put that guy on there, and hiding behind this thing is that Killer B header. So we have the twin 38 mil wastegates here that are going to be dumping out the bottom. I know lighting isn't the best, so let's go to this side, and you can see them more there. So definitely a really nice piece, nice header. Kind of a little bit time consuming to get all together and installed on here. Went ahead and did 10 psi springs in each wastegate per Steve's recommendations of what he wants. So again, guys, always ask your tuner what they want for your wastegate springs, because it's going to help you out a lot here with getting your car tuned and getting it together. So also talked to Tyler. He did go ahead and get a brand new clutch on the way and new flywheel as well. So definitely happy he went that road, because this thing would have needed the clutch very, very soon, and that just would have costed him more down the road, because obviously then you have to pull the transmission. So definitely smart idea to do it now. Might as well. We're already in here. Just bolt it on. We can get this thing in there. Downside, it is going to cut your guys' video short, because this is as far as I can get. I really wanted to get this thing back in the car today. once again, I was saying I didn't want to work on weekends, today being Sunday, and we have now worked all through the weekend again. So just happens, guys. Trying to keep up with recording like I was talking about earlier and doing all the work definitely proves to be a little bit difficult at times. So definitely just trying to make progress, get all caught up. Really happy with where I am today. Like I said, I really wish I could have got this thing back in the car, but sometimes that just doesn't happen. So we're gonna have to push this thing aside. Josh did sell his daily driver, his Legacy, so I am gonna try to help him get this thing going so that way he can have something to drive. So you're gonna be seeing some content on the Launch Edition STI. He was working on it yesterday, got that short block pretty much tore apart. And if any of you are interested in a rebuildable built short block, this has forged pistons and rods. As far as what's in it, I couldn't tell you. It is a Manley Performance block. Whatever he may use, it probably has their 2mm longer rod or whatever he likes to use. I don't know. I don't use his motors, but that one is going to be for sale. 800 to about 900 bucks for it. If anyone's interested, that is going to be here. So just throwing that out. This thing's all complete. This, like I said, this is going to get pushed off to the side. We are going to begin working on that. Plus, we have another WRX out there, 2012 to 2014, and it's making a pretty crazy head noise. So we have that to come. Parts have been coming in for the Legacy. I think I'm going to make you guys wait until the next video to update you on what parts have come in for the Legacy and more of what we're doing. The race car is almost done. So we've been making progress, guys. We'll have more videos on gray as well. And we still need to fix that dang Evo. So hope you guys enjoyed this little series. I know you guys have been wanting a lot of FA content. This gives you a little bit of that. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane.